We are live,
Good
and I
morning.
feel like I haven't been on Zoom in weeks and weeks and weeks.
Well, that's true because we had the two holidays and then you were sick.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's really
welcome
nice to be
back,
back and see
Battle.
everybody. Yeah, it's nice to be back. It's nice
Yeah,
to be back. And did you have a good holiday?
I did. Yeah, I did. Christmas, we went down to mom, down in Inglewood, and my youngest brother asked me to help him set up a surprise wedding for him and his fiance, now wife. And so that was a lot of fun. She said yes, that she was willing to get married on Christmas Day. The big
That
old
is so
oh, and
cool. Oh,
Zoni's meet Dan. This is Lieutenant
Dan,
Dan.
it's huge.
He is huge. He is 75 pounds, 2.5-year-old coon dog.
Hi,
Coonhound.
Dan. Lieutenant Dan.
Dan the man. He's like, someone's saying my name. I don't know. Yes, he's a rescue, and we fostered with the intent to adopt, just to make sure, because we have two older dogs. Kane, as you know, he's almost 10. Oh, just got something in my eye. And then we're
Your
fostering
hand.
another dog that's 12 for someone who's in a tight spot. So we had to make sure the old guys were okay with, such a toddler in
How
the
old
house.
is Dan?
2.5.
Mhm.
Yeah, just under 3. Is it heated up? Oh, look at there. My husband heated up my coffee.
Can he send some my way? I left my cup in the kitchen.
Oh, no, it's not heated. I know, I had no heat. Anyway, my husband's such a gem. But anyway, so Dan, he is definitely all toddler, but he's very good dog. So he's been
Oh, that's
returned a
good.
couple of times to the rescue. Not really sure why, but yeah,
wow.
we decided to fully adopt him. He's done good on the leash on walks. He's great at the dog park. He's good with these little pups, and they don't take any shit from him. They have no problem putting him in his place if he's being too rambunctious with them. So
That's so funny.
yeah. Anyway, so wonderful wedding for Christmas. My brother and his now wife got married on the beach. It was freaking cold. As we all know, in Florida, it was cold Christmas.
It was Christmas.
Yeah, and then New Year, we went to Texas to celebrate my father-in-law's 70th birthday. So all the family got together, and we counted down into the new year of 2023, celebrating him. So it was good. I know you were super busy. How was your holiday?
It was well, yeah, it was busy. I remodeled my office at home. For me, that was like a pinnacle of success, because like most people, when you start a business, or during the pandemic, especially when so many people started working from home, they just found a corner someplace to put a flat surface that they could put their laptop. And so when I got the house last year, I knew this was my office, but it was horrid, as is evidenced and will live on in perpetuity in the zone, because you saw the yellow walls and the crappy curtains and all that. What you couldn't see was like the 1970s shag. And so I had 2 weeks off from Bunker, so I did Action Zone stuff and I renovated my office. And so I pulled up the carpet, I laid down vinyl plank flooring all by myself. I painted. I bought this wonderful new boy. If you don't have one of these, folks, you got to see how I'm going down, or I'm going up, because my desk is going to wonderful new stand-up desk that I absolutely adore. I feel so organized. That is probably the key for 2023 for me, is that I want to be organized, because I have a lot of goals for this year, like most people do. I'm working on a certification for entrepreneurship through the IEDC this year. I hope to have that completed in July, and then I'm hoping to start an EDD program in either late summer or early fall. So I set myself up with successful things. Like my calendar is, although I use my calendar on Outlook, I have my calendar on my wall, and I have it color coded for personal stuff like my cruises, and Bunker stuff and Action Zone stuff. And so everybody has a color. Bunker's green, because that's where I get to have a salary, and Action Zone is blue, because that's one of our colors. And I put purple for my personal stuff, because who doesn't like purple, right? It's like
babe.
it is. It's just like a fun thing. So and that was what I was doing all of this over Christmas and that first week when I was, well, I didn't do anything that first week I was sick, but I got to thinking that, the first of the year, you make all these resolutions, and by January 10th, you look out on the curb and there's a for sale sign on the treadmills and the exercise bikes.
Yeah.
But more than that is the inactivity that happens in their own personal space. And I was determined that wasn't going to happen this year, that I have very specific goals. I want to achieve them. Nothing is standing in my way. And so I set myself up so that I could achieve it. And I encourage everybody, that's going to be my theme this year, is what did you do to get organized and be productive this year? That's what my goal is.
You amaze me every time we talk. You're so driven, and I love it. That's one of the qualities I love about you.
I just think we have so little time on this earth. Think about it. If you live to be 80 years old, you get to experience 80 Christmases, 80 birthdays. That's not a lot. I mean, that's less than 100. That's a lot. That's not a lot. And so every time you want to, I'm done waiting. I'm going to be 62 in a while.
Oh, I was going to say, I have my Aquarius.
Yeah, I'm going to be 62 in a week or so, or 10 days or so. But, there's just, you cannot wait to accomplish things that you want to accomplish. There's always those memes and those posters that say, you don't want to go to your deathbed wishing and having regrets. And I'm not going to do that. This is what I have in my office. You see that? Whoops. Living my dream life. That's what I'm doing. And for me, that means I need a whole lot of Ritalin to calm my ass down, actually. But it spurs other people. If you can be an example to other people by what you do, then you make everybody successful. And you know me, that's what I like to do.
Yeah. Leading by example. Dan wants to play. Our little foster dog Prince is like, we played earlier because this is what we've already done this morning. We've already woken up, drank our coffee, took Dan for a walk, and took all three of the boys to the dog park.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And because Dan needs a little extra exercise. So
you had to get that energy out, you mean?
Yeah. So then other dogs, Prince and Kane, are like, wait a minute, this isn't our normal routine. What the hell are you doing? Putting me in the car, taking me to the dog park. Because Kane takes about 2 to 3 cups of coffee time to wake up.
I understand that completely.
So what I shared with our viewers last week for our New Year's goal is that we have a goal to be more physically active outside of our regular exercise, so we're picking up, although we both golf, we have golf clubs, there's
a difference. As anybody who is a golfer that might be listening, there's a difference between golfing and owning golf clubs.
Yes, very much so. And so we joined the Center Club this year, and with your membership you get 2 free rounds of golf at I think there's 4 or 5 golf courses around Tampa Bay. So that is like encouraging our new golf lifestyle, and pickleball.
I was going to say, I watched the video because I was just laying there and I went, oh, I love to play pickleball. Pickleball is so much fun. And my advice to you, because I know I forgot to email it to you, is make sure you get flat tennis shoes. Flat tennis shoes. You can't use walking shoes. You can't use running shoes. They have to be flat. If I'd known we were going to have this conversation, I'd have brought my pickleball shoes in for you. But because of the way you move in pickleball, you can't have any unbalance. You have to be flat on that court. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait till you start playing.
I didn't know you played pickleball. Maybe that's what we should do for our birthdays.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
We'll find some time.
Jared, on the pickleball court. You'd think, well, we have to go to an over 55 club. They're everywhere there.
Oh, well, let's do it. What was I going to say about that? Physically active. Oh, and so Dan is adding to that goal because we have to be physically active to make sure that he doesn't break everything in the house. and give him some nose training, because since he's a hound, he sniffs everything.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm sure he does. I was dog sitting my grand puppy this weekend. Zach brought Luna, also named Luna. We call her LT, although she doesn't get it. I call Luna and both dogs come over. But she is, both of our dogs are basically puppies, 3 years old or less. And Luna is, my son's dog is about the same age, maybe about a year younger. So, but she has so much energy, and my two love to play together, and they run around all over in the backyard, but nothing on LT, man, this dog. And then yesterday she took the rope toy that is notoriously an indoor toy, and she found it unattended. So she grabbed it and ran out the sliding door into the pool. And for 20 minutes, she just trotted around the pool with that thing hanging from her mouth. She was so proud of herself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, Dan, like I mentioned, he's been returned to the rescue a couple of times, which breaks our heart.
Yeah.
So to make sure that he is fully trained and make sure he's trainable, which I think he is, because he's a good dog. We're going to send him to boot camp. So if there's any veteran-owned doggy training boot camps out there, make sure you reach out to us before we commit to an organization. But he's not used to being in a house because he's been, at the rescue, and he's running around sniffing when he first got here. And there's a slider like door to a coat closet here in this rental house that we're in, and it's all mirrored, and he's sniffing, and he ran right into it because he'd never seen a mirror before. It was so funny. And then he looked, and he's looking at himself. Oh, it's just, dogs are just amazing. They bring so much to your life.
They are, but the parallels to something you just said need to be pointed out here. So you said that when you brought him into this new environment, he was sniffing all around, looking at everything. That is so much like all these people that come to the Action Zone programs.
Not that Rosie's comparing you to dogs.
No, well, actually,
it's the curiosity.
My grandmother always said, if there was life after death, and as a staunch Catholic, that was something to even admit that. But she said, if there is life after death, I want to come back as a dog in our family because we treat them well. So even though this is a parallel to a dog's life, everybody that knows me knows that I love my dogs with all my heart, just like I love all the people at Action Zone. But the point of that is that when you enter a new thing, you have to sniff around, you have to investigate, you have to be curious, you have to be unafraid to run into a mirror and wonder what the heck that was, because failure is the only way you learn. I shouldn't say the only way, but failure is one way, a very effective way of learning, because you don't want to feel that way when you fail again. Right. Because even though failure shouldn't be admonished, it should be applauded for taking the effort to try something anyway.
Having the courage. And
absolutely.
To
so
do it,
yeah, when you said that, that was the image of my mind, was seeing the people in the classes that are like soaking up the knowledge that you're throwing out there for them. So, sort of like Dan sniffing around the room, like, what does that mean for me? And how does that affect what I'm doing with what I want to build? And so, call me crazy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of our members and cohorts and all that stuff. So we have another incubate cohort that starts on already wishing the weekend's here, Wednesday. So really excited for these new 6 founders to experience Activate.
And it's virtual, so you don't have to be in the Tampa area, or if you're in the Tampa area and you just can't get down to our offices in Ybor on Wednesday nights, this is a good way to get it done.
Yeah, so pretty excited about that. And then Activate starts when now?
We're looking at February 11th.
February 11th.
We had an influx of almost a dozen registrants just last week, and that wasn't fast enough to get into the program to start this Saturday, so we pushed it back. And so I think it's going to be a really great, well-populated, diverse program. And that's something, there's a lot to be said for industry-specific startup programs. And I trust he's so funny. He's so real. There's a lot to be said for being in an industry-specific business startup program. You can find them anywhere. You want to open a food truck, you want to open up a a chiropractor's office, you want to open up a restaurant, any of those, anything that you want to open up, there's a resource for you. The truth is that you get more from that program, from any business startup program, when there's some diversity in the businesses that are there, because you're all seeing things from your own perspective, that own problem you're trying to solve, that own business concept you have, but hearing how somebody else with a different concept is tackling that same problem gives you insights that you're not going to get elsewhere. And that's, I think, one of the unique things about programs like Action Zone, that you're not industry specific. You're not even necessarily at the same place in your business. We've had people come to us, Dr. Ted Grellner had been in business for 30 years when he came to us. And then you have other people that go, I have an idea, I just not really sure if I can do that, or if that's really the right idea. And I know I can do this. And those are the people we like. We like them all.
I was gonna say, we like them all. They, each founder brings such a unique perspective. Even the most timid, the ones that are so afraid to tell people what they want to do, and just for fear of being judged or fear of someone else stealing their idea, to those that are just very, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is when I'm going to do it. So,
and then
yeah.
4 weeks later, they go, wow, I didn't think about that. I wonder if that worked the way I thought it would.
Yeah, customer discovery does can save you a lot of heartache.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and that same holds true with Incubate, Action Zone Incubate. Those businesses are not in the same industry. They're all different industries, but they get good information from each other and the synergy between them, so that they can not just help you learn from somebody else's mistake, but find resources that you didn't think about that you might need because of where they are in their business or the type of business that they are.
Yeah, that last cohort that we graduated, Incubate, I mean, even Jeremy, we walked away from the first session. He was,
oh no, you froze. Okay,
oh,
you're back.
No.
You're back.
Jeremy said,
nope, you froze again. I hope you come back. Come back. Come back. Uh-oh, she might be gone. I don't know. Well, we'll have to wait to see what Jeremy said in the next episode of In the Zone, unless she comes back to tell us what it is. So we have Incubate starting this week. It's not too late to apply to be in the program. There are eligibility requirements. You have to have a complete business model canvas, and you have to be generating revenue or so close to generating revenue that this Incubate will help you move forward and push that over that line. Activate, we're still accepting additional applications for Activate. That's an 8-week, I should go back. Incubate is a 3-month program. It's held every other Wednesday. It's online on Zoom, so you don't have to leave the comfort of your own home. Activate starts on February 11th. It is an 8-week program. It meets in person in Tampa in our offices at the Entrepreneur Collaborative Center on Saturday mornings from 9 to 1. And it's going to start on February 11th. We're still taking applicants for that. Your only requirement for Activate is that you must be committed to the program. And I say that because if you take a seat and decide in 3 weeks that either you know better than we do, or you're not interested, or whatever, your commitment isn't strong enough, then take a pass this time and give some thought to how you want to proceed before you take a spot that another veteran could use. Because we can't take everybody. It's not a huge class. We keep it seat controlled so that you get the best bang for your buck, and we can help everybody. Oh, look, she's back. I'm so glad. The other thing that's happening that you should be aware of is that on Tuesday, January 24th, gee, I wonder what that day is. Dr. Russ Barnes
birthday.
Dr. Russ Barnes is hosting the government contracting workshop. And that workshop typically is a packed house, except for last year he gave it during one of those really bizarre, horrendous tornadic driven storms that prevented all but 8 people showing up, which was still surprising. Flooding in the streets in Tampa and everything. But on January 24th at the ECC at 6 o'clock is the government contracting workshop. There is, since Jenny Clark left to go to Atlanta, There hasn't been anybody in Tampa as well-versed in government contracting as Dr. Russ Barnes. And not only that, but Dr. Russ Barnes is known for helping entrepreneurs be purposefully profitable. And that extends into his government contracting information that he shares on how you can work through all those different loopholes and all those avenues that you have to get to just be able to start doing government contracting or being a sub for one. So I will put the links to Incubate, Activate, and the workshop on the 24th in the chat.
And Rosie's birthday.
Yeah, yeah. Well, your birthday is a couple days before that. So yours is on Saturday, right? Or on Sunday?
Sunday, the
Yours is on
22nd.
Sunday.
And yours is on the 24th. And it's January, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, people are never surprised that our birthdays are 2 days apart, years apart, but 2 days apart, because we are so much alike and yet so diverse. You know, look at that whole Aquarian thing with the fish. We're just different fish in the same sea, and we feed off of different things, and so we both get to. Boy, I'm just full of it today. I must be better.
You know, I think it's because you have your Action Zone shirt on today.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
Which I'm kind of surprised, as cold as it is outside, you're not all bundled up. I'm freezing.
Oh, that's because I did two things yesterday. I turned the heater up because it was 29 in Spring Hill this morning. And I can't wait to show you. I bought new drapes for my living room window. I finally found something I like, and it just keeps the warmth in the house.
Oh, nice.
Because I still have to replace all the windows in this place, and so they kind of leak air. So yeah, I am warm. I am warm, but of course I got the heater up pretty high because it was 29 was pretty cold. Even the dogs didn't want to go outside. Even the dogs didn't want to go outside.
So funny. All right, birthday girl and everybody else, let's get to work. It's Monday.
But more importantly, it's Martin Luther King Day.
Oh, that's right. It is. It is Martin Luther King. And all of his lessons and legacy. Well, let's just even Kane wants to celebrate. Yeah, let's just make it today amazing.
Yep. And this week. And we will see you all next Monday.
Okay. Take care. Bye.
Bye.